Welcome back to another Senior Learning Institute's educational moment, where older adults and their loved ones turn for honest and straightforward information. In just a few minutes, you'll enjoy bite-sized, easily digestible nuggets of knowledge, empowering you to make the right decision the first time. So without further ado, here's our founder, certified senior advisor, seniors real estate specialist, nationally syndicated podcaster and speaker, the advocate you can trust, Mr. Ted Gottlieb.
Welcome back to another Senior Learning Institute educational moment. For those who are hard of hearing, using the phone can be a challenge. It can lead to isolation and frustration. In this podcast, we're going to introduce you to a no-cost, easy-to-use solution designed to help folks keep in touch and feel more independent. And it's as easy as answering the phone. We're joined by Cheryl Green, Account Manager for CaptionCall. Cheryl, let's get right to it. CaptionCall and similar products use something called IP-CTS technology. It helps those who are hard of hearing keep in touch. Cheryl, what in the world is IP-CTS and how does it work?
Thanks, Ted. Thank you for having me on. Basically, Internet Protocol Caption Telephone Service is what those letters stand for. It basically means that Caption Telephone Service is using the Internet for captions on the phone. Nothing more difficult than that.
Wow, but it sounds complicated. How can this phone help people that have a hearing loss?
It really is very simple. People with hearing loss sometimes need things like visual cues to help in conversation. The phone captions the words that are being spoken by the person that is either you have called or has called you. This is done with live captioning agents and speech recognition software. So when you miss a word, you don't have to say what or huh, or can you repeat that? You look at the screen and you can see exactly what is being said.
Wow. So when, let's say someone's calling me and the phone rings, does the phone do anything differently in regard to alert me that the phone is actually ringing, someone's trying to call?
You can set up the phone various ways. You can have it ring. It has a really, really loud ringer on it. It can flash. The phone can flash. So if you definitely have a very profound hearing loss, it can flash, and it will help you in that way.
I think you had said that there's actually somebody on the other end that's transcribing it. How does that work?
So basically what happens is they only hear one side of the conversation. They only hear the person that is calling you or that you have called. They do not hear you. And they listen to the conversation and repeat everything that the person says into the speech recognition software. And then that is captioned onto your screen. So if, say, for instance, with myself, I have a hearing loss. I've had a hearing loss since I've been a child. And so there's certain words that I can't understand or get. Say, for instance, peach or peak. I can't distinguish the difference when I'm on the phone, or the letter or the number 5 or 9. So if someone's giving me a phone number or an address and they say the number 5 or 9, I don't quite get it. So what I do is basically I glance over at the screen and I'm still in the conversation and I can see what the word was or what the number was. And then I can keep that for future reference. You can save 200 hours worth of calls and look back at them.
The folks that are doing the transcribing or the listening into that one side of the conversation, are they based here domestically? Are they in town? Are they in a call center someplace? How does that work?
Okay, so our main office is in Salt Lake City, Utah, but we have other offices throughout the United States that we do not do anything abroad. Everything is here in the United States.
Got it. And so you mentioned some of the benefits and features of the caption phones, but I don't know that you touched on all of them because I didn't really ask you to give me a list. So maybe share what other benefits and features these calls provide.
Sure. One of the things that it does is the amplification. So say for instance, you need a little bit more oomph on your phone call. You can't quite hear that person. Our phone can go up to 120 decibels, which is very, very loud. It would be, for somebody that has a profound hearing loss, can normally hear on the phone. And then with the captions, that just helps them stay into that conversation. The other thing is there's a speakerphone. So they can, instead of just listening with one ear, they can have both ears listen to the conversation. And that sometimes helps people that have a hearing loss. The other thing is you can save your conversations, like I said. You can save 200 hours and look back at them at any time. So say, for instance, the doctor calls and they're changing your medicine and they give you the directions. You can save that and look back at that at any time. Or if you're an elderly person and your loved ones are trying to keep you at home, you can look back at that. Your loved ones can look back at that conversation and see exactly what the doctor said, so they know. The other thing, you can keep and look at your voicemails. So not only can you get your voicemails over the phone part, you can also get your voicemails captioned, and you can save those and look back at those. We can also program the phone specifically to your hearing loss. If that's something that's needed, we get the audiogram and we specifically program your hearing loss into the phone.
Can the phone be used as a regular phone? If let's say I go to visit mom and I decide I want to make a phone call, can I just pick it up and make a regular phone call?
Absolutely. What happens is we tell the people that do not have a hearing loss to take the captions off, turn the captions off, and then make their phone call. Then afterwards, you can turn the captions back on for people that have the hearing loss. The phone is designed for people that have hearing loss, and that's who the FCC wants to use the phone. They don't want anybody just to use the phone. It can be used, but like I said, you have to turn the captions off.
Right,
And we explain that.
Got it. All right, so we're speaking with Cheryl Green from CaptionCall. Cheryl, I haven't seen these phones at retail. What's required or needed to get one?
Basically, anyone that has a hearing loss that can use the captions to help in the conversation. The only other thing as of right now, you have to have internet, but we're actually working on something down the road that you will not have to have internet. You don't even have to have a home phone line. We have a couple of different solutions for that. We also have an app for on the iPhone, and we're working on an app for Android phones. And the other thing that we use is an app for on an iPad. So people that travel, snowbirds, whatever you want to call them, they can travel and have their phone and have all the features that are on the normal phone, the landline phone, on either their iPhone or an iPad.
Cheryl, at the top of the podcast, we started by saying that this was a solution that came at no cost. It sounds too good to be true. How are people able to receive this call caption phone at no cost?
The service is funded and regulated by the FCC for people with hearing loss. So the American Disabilities Act is part of this. And your bill that you get every month from the telephone company has a tax on it. It's either an excise tax or a relay tax, and that is what pays for the fund of the phone. So if anybody gets the phone, we install the phone, and it is paid for by the minutes used through the FCC.
And What is the order process look like? If I were to call you today and say, I want this phone, how long does it take to get the ball rolling, to apply for it, and get the phone actually installed?
You can go ahead and apply for it immediately. And what happens is our customer service will call them within 24 to 48 hours and set up a time to install the phone. Now, under the circumstances that are happening right now, we have a couple of different ways we can do it. We normally have what we call red carpet service. So we go in and install the phone. We show you how to use the phone. We help program the phone with your contacts and things like that. But a lot of people right now aren't comfortable with us doing that. So we're trying to do a self-install to where we mail the telephone to the person, and then we call them and help them set up the phone. If that's too complicated, which in some cases it is, what we do is we will wait until they are comfortable with us coming in. But we are using every available thing that we can to make sure that they're safe. We're wearing masks, we're wearing gloves and things like that. We actually can ask you to go into another room if you want, if you're not comfortable, and then we can walk you through the other part on the phone if you feel more comfortable with that.
So do we apply online? Do we make a phone call? How do we get the ball rolling?
You can go to CaptionCall.com and apply online. You can call me, and you can email me or even text me, and I can get the ball rolling for you.
Oh, that's great. And your phone number, Cheryl?
My phone number is 314-332-0661. My email address is the letter C followed by the word green, Green, at caption, CAPTION, call, CALL.com.
Well, thank you very much. And just in case folks are listening in 2021, 22, or somewhere in the distant future, we're recording this on April 30th, 2020. We're in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that's what we were referring to about coming into your home. So I just want to make sure we clarify that. I want to thank you all again for listening to this Senior Learning Institute educational moment. At the Senior Learning Institute, we strive to provide the straightforward and unbiased information you need to make smart decisions the first time. We're here to connect older adults and their advocates to the resources they need to make the right decision right out of the chute. From aging in place to selling the home in any condition, estate and financial planning, in-home care, estate sales, clean-out services, you name it, anywhere in the United States, really any place globally, we can help you without any cost or obligation. It truly is a free service. To learn more, please visit us at theseniorlearninginstitute.com. Until next time, I'm Ted Gottlieb, Certified Senior Advisor, Seniors Real Estate Specialist, and the founder of the Senior Learning Institute.